Hello, and welcome to Ari Shvartsman Under a Painting. I am Ari Shvartsman, and I am under said painting. We are gathered here today to enrich ourselves with knowledge. We seek to answer the question that is most fundamentally human. What did we learn? Nothing. The answer is usually nothing. Today we will be discussing a type of theater. Now you may ask, why care about the performing arts? People go to and make theater because it is incredibly entertaining for both parties, usually. There is a rare pleasure to be gained from witnessing a group of people willing to risk humiliation in front of a live audience when they have the audacity to pretend to be someone they're not. Some believe that theater, like other forms of art, can inspire social and political change by exposing underlying problems in society and offering alternative ways of viewing the world. Theater practitioners have been finding ways to use this to help others for many, many years. To discuss this topic, I have invited myself. Say hello. Hello. Thank you for that introduction, Ari. I'm Ari, foremost unlicensed specialist in applied theater. Thank you for joining us, Ari. Can you describe the term you just used? What is applied theater? Applied theater is actually an umbrella term for many different theater practices. What categorizes these practices together is that the focus, unlike the work of other theater practitioners, is more so on helping the people the work is designed for, rather than on creating a succinct piece of artwork. And in what way does this work? How do theater practitioners help people? Well, Ari, many of the techniques used both in performance and rehearsal require actors to address the physical and emotional state of being. Actors do this through many exercises that allow them to explore ideas and personal experiences through role play. By engaging in these activities, that is, by literally playing out and reimagining their own experiences, they are perhaps able to more get in touch with themselves and the socio-political situation they find themselves within. Intriguing. And where can one continue research on these practices? I'd have to suggest that people pick up Brazilian dramatist and activist Augusto Boal's Theater of the Oppressed. That's a bit of a heavy title. It certainly is, Ari. But Boal's book and techniques are particularly referred to and used in the discussion and practices of applied theater. Intriguing, and this man truly believed that these practices could help people? Certainly. Not only did he believe that theater, when applied correctly, is of value to actors in traditional formats, but he was convinced that the standardized roles of the actor and spectator were convoluted. Instead, he argued for the value of all people as performers and the means by which the ability to perform can allow for problem resolution. Now, Ari, you've spoken to us extensively of the theory of applied theater, but can you give me some specifics? In what settings is this used? Please elaborate. Well, applied theater projects take place in a variety of situations. It has been used in schools, prisons, homeless shelters, hospitals, and many other locales. Above all else, the goal of applied theater work is to help the people it is designed for. People dealing with trauma, either from economic or disaster-based issues. They're often targeted as being able to benefit from this work. Sometimes, the practitioners who lead these projects are even hired and funded by non-profit organizations. In fact, the biggest problem with applied theater work today is that it is sometimes impossible to meet the needs of both people benefiting from the work, as well as the requirements of the funding organization. Interesting. And how can someone get involved with this kind of work? Well, Ari, aside from just doing it of their own volition, theater professionals can choose to take a master's program and receive actual degrees in applied theater. For instance, schools like New York University and the University of Southern California offer graduate programs in this field. Mr. Shvartsman, this has been a fascinating discussion. I believe we have time for one viewer phone call. Patch it in, Tom.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. You're on Ari Shvartsman, Under a Painting. Do you have a question for Mr. Shvartsman, our expert on applied theater?
Yes, I have to cook for my little Timmy's graduation dinner. Can applied theater help me?
Mr. Shvartsman, care to comment? Certainly. Well, everything I've discussed can't cook the dinner for you. However, perhaps by getting your family together and role-playing what the dinner and its preparations might be like, you can all discover what deep underlying issues you are dealing with. For instance, maybe you can discover why you feel obligated to make said dinner feel special. Brilliant! Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. As always, we ask ourselves, what did we learn? As our caller has just shown, nothing. We've learned absolutely nothing. Thank you. This has been Ari Shvartsman, Under a Painting.